Listen, I'm very surprised at myself right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and get right in. No, just listen. I'm very surprised with myself right now. It is late on a Monday night. I just got home. I've had a very long day. It's been a little bit stressful and it's been long and I am tired. But when I was pulling up, I was like, I could record a podcast. Because I was like, you know what? It's fine. I'm not even going to stress myself out about it right now. We'll do a podcast later. We don't have to have it out on Tuesday. The world's not going to end. It's not that deep. But I just was like, oh, I have the energy. So, which is weird. I shouldn't have the energy. Like, I really should not right now. And I'm surprised. And you know what? I got on the exact clothes that I wore today. I came straight here and sat down somewhere. And so usually on podcast days, I wear contacts because I don't like, y'all can see that little ring in there. And maybe I shouldn't point it out. But it's my podcast. And I like to point things out. So you can see the little rings on my glasses that it just bothers me. But it's just like, I'm not going to put contacts on and waste contacts. I'm about to go to bed in a little bit. Like, I'm not going to do that. Okay, I wear daily contacts. If you're a contact fellow blind gal like me, you get it. I'm not about to waste my dailies. Those too expensive. I'm all set. So here we are. And I'm going to see how this episode goes. And I'm just going to pray that it's going to just go smoothly because the editing aspect of it, I need to be very smooth today. I don't have time to be sitting here and do. If I'm going to post this tomorrow, I need it to be smooth sailing. And if it's not, that's fine. And I'll just get it out when I get it out. But I have to just go ahead and say that because I just am shocked at myself that I'm even sitting here. I'm so happy to be here. I love talking to you guys. It's my favorite time of the week. But usually if I get home this late and I haven't eaten dinner yet and I ain't like take my shower and get comfortable and all of it, I ain't did nothing. I literally walked in here, set up the camera, plugged in that mic, you know what I'm saying? Mic check 1 2 1 2, and we started. It's very crazy to me. So we're going to just see how this goes. But I have a good topic for you guys that I wanted to share. So it's fine. Let's go ahead and let me run it back. And let me do the little intro and do the things. Hey, y'all. Welcome back or welcome to the Honestly Truly podcast. I'm going to leave it in. Let's try it again. Bring it back. Welcome back or welcome to the Honestly Truly podcast hosted by me, Tylar Cimone. And tonight, it's nighttime. First thing I want to update you. What? This is already not starting off well. But I promise you I'm not going to take none of this out because anybody got time. First thing I want to tell you is this. Hold on, y'all. For those of you who saw last week's podcast where I was building this with you guys while we talked about hobbies, I finished building this over the weekend. This is what it looks like. Isn't she so pretty? Oh, it's the back. It is so cool. And then I don't know if you can tell, but in here, it's little brown Legos for the dirt. It is so cute and I love it. And I'm definitely I want all the flower ones so I can build them all. I really like it a lot. But this is the finished product. I wanted to let you guys see it because I was I don't know if I was going to continue to build it throughout each episode, but I couldn't wait till next week. So I went ahead and finished it, but it didn't even take long. I split it up over maybe 4 or 5 days. I could have done it faster, but I was trying to take my time with it. But it wasn't hard to do. It came with a little book and it just walks you through each step. And it was so fun. I think I had 96 steps, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out. And I'm definitely on the lookout. They have another rose one that I want, or they have a little one that has a whole bunch of different flowers in it. And so I can't wait to start building those. With this one, every time I walk in the house, I'm oh my God, I built this. So I just wanted to update you guys. If you did not watch last week's episode, go back and watch it. I talked about hobbies and how important they are for us we need to have hobbies for us to be able to live just fulfilled lives. You need to have something else that you like to do outside of work, outside of hanging out with your friends. Those are fun things. Well, work sometimes can or cannot be fun, but hanging out with your friends, spending time with family is awesome. But when you go find a thing, reading your book, making your Lego thing, sports, whatever your thing is, I don't know, but get your thing and do it. But that's what last week's episode was about. So if you have not seen that, go. I'm sure it'll be linked somewhere around here. Go and watch it. But you're dying to know, what am I drinking? Okay, let's let the people hear who are listening. Doesn't sound like much because it's just water. Okay, I don't leave the house without my water cup. I drink water all the time. I just don't feel right if I leave the house without it. And so, like I said, I literally walked in the house and sat down. So just have my water with me. Would I prefer if this is a glass of wine right now? Perhaps, but I didn't even feel like pouring the glass. Okay, I'm tired. I really cannot get over the fact that I'm sitting here recording this podcast. But I digress. Let's move on. Song of the week. Song of the week, y'all. This is also a song that I literally just listened to before I got in the car. I was going through, so I just updated my phone recently. I'm always late to the iPhone new updates. I'm always really late. So I recently updated my phone, and I guess one of the new updates that comes on Apple Music is the favorites playlist. And I didn't even know I had favorited or hearted whatever all these songs. And so I'm kind of listening to the playlist and like unfavoriting things that shouldn't be up in there. And so I got to this song called Your Turn. It's Ty Dolla Sign. What? Ty Dolla Sign. Oh my God. It's his song, but it's got Musiq Soulchild, Tish, Hyman, and Six. Okay, y'all. I know I should know this, but I don't. Is it Six Black? Is it Black? I think it's just Black. Nail biter. I don't know. I think it's just Black. I should know this. I know that there's probably been a whole discourse on this, and I remember like people going back and forth about what his name is, but I think it's just Black, and it looks cool because it's got a 6 in there, kind of like a B. I know y'all are probably screaming at the screen like, oh my God, it's just Black, but I'm not really sure. Either way, all the people on this song, it was a beautiful song. Now the message, it was talking about love, it was talking about that you fall in love a lot of times, and you know it's just your turn. Like it's okay. So I liked the message a little bit, but I kind of didn't. But the song itself was like beautiful. Musiq Soulchild was on there singing. Everybody was on there singing beautifully. I just really like the song, and the beat is nice. Everything is good. Just is a good feel good song. And I really liked it. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this is definitely my song of the week because I will be listening to it again tonight when I take a shower, tomorrow when I get in the car again. And that lets me know that like I'm really feeling it if I listen to it over and over again. And this was a really good song. And let me before I kind of jumped the gun with the whole message thing. Let me look at the lyrics. But from what I was understanding, so when I was talking, when I was listening to the song, at first I was just like, oh my gosh, the sound is good, and I was just vibing on that. And Musiq Soulchild, I had to slow down. That's what the problem is. That's because I'm just excited. But Musiq Soulchild was singing, and I was like, oh my God, he really singing right now. This is great. And I wasn't really listening to what they were talking about, but now I'm going to look. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so they're talking about, so love never felt so good, but I always knew it could. Now I don't want to let go, but I know this is life. But most time, wrong feels right, but then nobody's really yours. It's just your turn. Ooh. Yikes. But it says, for a reason or a season, who knows how long for, it's your turn. Okay, I get it. That's true. So it's a beautiful song. I like it. I think you should check it out, and that's my song of the week. Whew. Okay, y'all, we gotta take a breath. I can't, if I feel like I'm talking fast, I don't know what's going on. I think it's just because I have this weird like second wind that has came through, and I don't know what to do with this excess energy. This would be a good podcast if I was like doing something like walking, but that's too much work. We're not doing that. So just bear with me. This might seem a bit feral right now. I'm trying to slow it down. Okay, that second wind just like came right as I was pulling up to the house, and I'm just trying to ride the wave and calm it on down. Okay, so just rock with me. Okay, I'm calming down. But what's the next thing? What am I reading? So this past week, I started reading First Lie Wins. What's the author's name? Let me see. Dang, that's crazy. Let me get to Goodreads. Okay, so the author's name is Ashley Elston. This book came out, I think this year. I think this is a new book. I think this book came out this year. I'm not 100%. Yeah, it came out January 2nd. So anyways, it is like a thriller mystery book, which is like new to me. I've only read like maybe one of those books before. And so I'm trying to like get more into that because I read a lot of romance, which is awesome. But like I want to get into other genres as well. And so I really, really like this. I listened to it on Audible, and the narrator was awesome. It was a really, really good book. There was like so many twists. Every time you turn the page, there's like another twist, another turn. And it kept me on my toes the whole time. So I didn't want to put it down. I stopped reading all the other books I was reading to like focus on this one. And I finished it very quickly. So if you're looking for a good mystery thriller situation, this is a good one. Let me see what the actual thing is. I would call it like let me see. What kind of genre would they say that it is? I don't know. To me, it's giving like mystery, you know, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? I could be so wrong. I'm going to go with thriller mystery, whatever. But it's a fiction book. It's pretty good though. I really, really liked it. I finished it so fast, and I gave it 5 stars. Like I really liked it. And I think that's just because I haven't read a lot of mystery thriller of that genre yet. So, because I read it with two of my other friends, and they gave it like a 4.2, 4.3, I think. And I was like, well, I thought it was a 5. But I was thinking about it, like, they read a lot more of those books than I do, so they kind of they have a wider range of seeing what's really the best. And I know it's all subjective anyways, but when it comes to romance, I can get real picky with the ratings I give for romance books, because I read a lot of them. So I know, I know my top best. I know some that like are good, but like not 5-star good, But that just comes with like the more that I read, the more that I kind of expand my horizons in that area of reading a lot of different books from different genres. I know I can get a little bit more tailored with the rating that I give, But anyways, that is the book that I was reading this past week. And then when I finished that up, I immediately started The Silent Patient, and I don't know how to pronounce the author's last name correctly. Alex Michaelides. I'm not gonna act like I know how to pronounce it. I do not. But that one has been like, everybody's been talking about this book, so I really wanted to read it. This is like another mystery thriller type book, and so I'm surprised that I'm reading them back to back like this. But it's got really good rating, and so I want to check it out. So far, it's going good. I'm about halfway through. I really don't know. I'm still getting like my bearings on what's happening, because there's so many different like moving parts, and that's kind of what I like about the mystery books I'm learning right now. But not too much in the books, so let's wrap it up there. But yeah, right now I'm reading Silent Patient. I just finished First Light Wins. I think you should check both of them out. Let's see. Y'all, I really feel like I'm zooming through this. I really hope I'm not talking fast. You know what? It would be just like me as a person who talks extremely fast to start a podcast. Like, why would I even do that? I don't know. But it's okay. I really feel so weird right now. I'm like, not bad, but like, I don't know. But you know what? It's fine. We're going to keep rocking it out. What else? What's the next thing that we be talking about on this here podcast? Oh, long story short, short story long. I have one, and this is going to be combined. Well, you know what? The adulting hack of the week is going to bounce off of this, but we'll start with the short story long. Short story is insurance sucks. Long story is just a part of my day was just tiring. I had to go. I need to get my wisdom teeth taken out. I'm way past overdue, but one of them like just started kind of hurting on and off, and so I was supposed to get it done last year, but I just didn't make the time for it. So I had to go back for like another consultation today. So I went in there, and like the place told me how much I would need to pay for this consultation. So I was prepared to pay that. I walked in there. They were like, "Hey, Ms. Dawkins, we gonna get you set up." I'm like, "Okay, woo woo." They're talking about so you gotta pay this amount now. I said, that's not what y'all had said that I was gonna have to pay. And then she was like, "Oh yeah, that's because the last time you came, you paid this amount, but the insurance didn't. The insurance said that they wanted you to pay this amount now, an additional amount. So now you gotta pay all this." I said, "Oh, you know that girl? You know, like, what's her name? I think her name is like Sabrina. That girl who's like the white girl who she's so funny. She's like, oh, that's what I said. I was like, oh, I'll see if I can input the meme here so it'll be funnier. Okay, but anyways, I was like, okay, that's crazy. And I was like, okay, well, that's wild. She was like, yeah, but don't worry about it. We can work something out. You don't have to pay it all right now. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, did y'all send some mail out? I don't remember even knowing that I owed you anything, because I would have paid it already. I didn't even know that I owed anything. She's like, oh no, we didn't send anything out. And I was like, okay. But and it wasn't even about the office. It was more about the insurance that's dealing with it, because it's just like, to me, and this is just something that you learn. This is where the adulting hack comes in. But it's just like, insurance. What is your problem? How can one day, this has happened in multiple times for me. How can I have an appointment? Y'all tell me this is the amount that I gotta pay. I pay it. Y'all said this is it. This covers everything. This is how much insurance said they're gonna cover. And then y'all come back like a year later talking about something. You know what? I don't want to cover that anymore. What do you mean? Like, I just don't understand. I understand. I get it, and you have to go through processes, and there's a lot of moving parts behind how insurance works. I get it. I understand. There's a lot that I don't understand. That's not a problem. But it's just like, that's happened to me with something else. I went to a dermatologist one time. Listen to this. I went to a dermatologist one time in 2021. Okay? One time. I didn't even like the doctor. basically diagnosed myself. Didn't enjoy it. But I went and I saw her, and I checked before I went. This is where the adulting hat comes in. Before you go to a doctor, whatever specialty doctor or just your regular doctor, whatever, make sure you call them, especially if you're seeing somebody new, obviously. Call your insurance and be like, hey, is this doctor in my network? Before you do that, so you can just make sure everything is covered. And they can also tell you at least an estimate on how much you will be expected to pay for this service at the doctor. Like, you'll know. So that could be helpful for you as you get your budget in order. Okay, amen, amen. But back to my story. So I go to this doctor. I see her for 5 seconds. It was just not a great visit, but whatever. I got prescribed something, and I go to check out. She's like, okay, this is not going to be covered by your insurance. So you got to pay this amount. I think it was like $100 and maybe $200, something like that, like $200, right? So I already knew what I had to pay, so I paid it in full. Cool, whatever. I was already irritated. They're like, do you want to go ahead and get set up? She wants to see you in a couple weeks. No, I don't. I'm all set because I didn't like her. She wasn't. I'm not trying to say she was a bad doctor. No disrespect. I'm not even trying to say that. It just we didn't mesh. I didn't feel like we were on the same team in terms of what I needed done and how we were gonna come together to fix my skin at the time, because I had a whole breakout problem. I'm not gonna go down that line right now, but anyways. But I was like, no, I'm okay. I just paid $200. I'm all set. And so then this was obviously last year is 2023. So it was maybe like, let's just say September. I don't remember the exact month. Let's just say September, October of 2023. Right. This is now 2 years after I went to this one appointment with this person and I paid in full. I get some mail saying, oh, hey, we need you to come up with some money. You owe us, I think it was like another $200. And I was like, no. I paid this already. And so I called them and they were like, so see, what had happened was, I said, I'm already upset. But the lady was really nice. So shout out to you, lady. You were so sweet. She was like, yeah, that's so crazy. This has been happening to a lot of people, where basically your insurance is saying, they said that they were going to cover you in the beginning. They were like, yeah, we got it. And then, in the beginning they said that they weren't going to cover me, right? Okay, cool. I paid for what I paid for. No problem. Then I guess over the course of the 2 years, somewhere up in there, they were like, nah, we're going to pay for it. And I was credited money back months later. I didn't know. Okay. I didn't know. I don't remember getting this money back. And I still need to go look and see if that actually happened, because I don't recall getting $200. I would notice that, but maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. I didn't see that. And so apparently somewhere throughout these 2 years, I got credited money back. And then later on, they were like, never mind. I want to take the money again. So they took it out. They didn't take it out my account, but they sent me a bill now, again, through this dermatologist. They sent me another bill saying, wait, they didn't cover it anymore. Now they want you to pay it. And I'm like, no. So the thing is, when I came to see her the first time, I paid for it. So y'all got to work with the Lord on that one. I'm going to tell you. And so, I talked to my insurance and all that kind of stuff, and they're going to work it out and it's going to be okay. And I don't believe that, I don't think I'm going to have to pay anything, which is awesome. But it's just like, insurance really has me hot right now, because that instance and then this instance today, and I'm just like, what? Huh? And then like all of this, after everything was done today with the wisdom tooth appointment, everything was fine, right? So they're telling me what everything's gonna cost, and they were saying like, oh, okay. They were showing me like what the price would be for me to get all my teeth taken out, and I was like, that's a good price. I can work with that. But then she was like, that is a good price, but if you go, essentially, I'm gonna probably have to go get surgery if that's what I choose to do. If I have to do that, you gotta pay buku money to the surgery center. I said, what is going on? That's the point. Like, this is just too much. I said, you know what, ma'am? I got to pack my things, and I got to grab my books, bags, and belongings, and I have to go, because this is just, like, I just can't believe this right now. It's just too much. And I just got in the car and I was like, adulting sucks. Insurance sucks. And insurance doesn't suck. It's a beautiful thing that not everyone has. And I'm grateful to be a person who has it. So insurance does not suck, but it's just like figuring everything out and realizing how everything comes together as I grow as a person. It's just like, you got to just sit with it, and you got to just continue on to your next thing. But I have a forum like this to get my energy off about the situation. And so y'all just got it. And I'm sure you can relate to everything that I just said, because and yeah. So that's my short story long and my very long story short. And then also my adulting hack. It was all rounded up in one. But I do want to calm it down now and get into a topic because my topic is about the Lord. Amen. It is. But it's really, I guess it's about us. But whatever, we're going to go ahead and get into it. But before we start, I did have a little clip that I wanted to play to kind of just set the scene, because let me just start out with first, the topic that we're going to be talking about is letting go and letting God. Amen. But in a deeper sense, right? And so I kind of had already had this idea because something that I've been kind of working through and practicing more for myself. But on Sunday, I went to church. It was so great. I went to church, had a great time. But when I was getting ready for church, I was watching, you know what? Actually, this was not Sunday. This is another day. I did go to church on Sunday. I did have a great time. Great service. But the other day I was watching Tim Ross. He has an app that he released called The B-Side. I downloaded it. It looks pretty cool. But anyways, he had like a little live podcast thing. If you don't know him, he was a pastor. He's now a podcaster. His podcast is called The Basement. And he be talking that talk. I really like Tim Ross. But anyways, he did like a little live podcast for his launch of his app. And he had a whole bunch of people on there. Michelle Williams, Tasha Cobbs, other people I can't think right now. But anyways, there was a part when he was talking and he said something that was tied into what I want to speak about. So I want to play it for you guys, and then we can talk about it. Okay, so let me get it. Uno momento. Hold on. Okay.
That's why you got to get your mind off of it. Like, let go and let God, that is an art. You got to work at doing that. Because if you in your mind, like, I'm believing God for this, and I think my uncle would help me. God's like, nope.
Yep, shaking that off. Ain't nobody finna get credit on what I'm doing.
I'm believing God for this, and I just feel like if I get that angel investor to give me the first $500,000, we'll get it done. Nope. The Lord's like, I'm going to wait till you exhaust the ways you think this is going to happen. Then I'm going to go to work.
And he's so funny. I love the way that he says the things that he says. That really resonates with me. So that's why I enjoy listening to him. But he be serious too. And it's just like, it makes me think, what I originally wanted to say was that stop trying to take things on and make them yours. Let them be God's. It's okay. That's what he's there for. Don't try to make everything be a burden that you have to carry. Like, some things you're not meant to carry. Of course, it's your life, so there's things that you are going to be concerned about and you want things to go a certain way. No doubt, I feel the exact same way. But I try my best to give the things that, especially things that are really stressing me out, I try to do my very best to give those things to God as best as I can, because it's no use with it over here with me. I'm only going to make it worse because I'm going to stress out. I'm going to overthink, and I'm not going to be productive in any way to solve this problem. Like, I can do my things, like he was saying in the video. Oh, I just think that this person can give me this money to do this, and I can do that, and it will do this, and I can do that. Like, your brain can work. You can set some processes in order in your head, what you think might work. But at the end of the day, like, once you have exhausted all that you can do, there's nothing else you can do. And I feel like there's two ways you can look at that. You can look at that as a way of being like, oh my God, there's nothing else I can do. I've done everything I can and it's still not working. Or it can be like, okay, I've done my very best. I have done everything that I can do in my power to solve this. I'm currently doing everything that I can to make the situation better. And it has not turned around yet, which sucks. I would have hoped that it would have turned around a long time ago, but it hasn't. And that does suck. And we can sit in that and be like, that sucks. But it's just like, okay. It reminds me of, what's the name of the book? The 4 Agreements. I love that book. If you have not read it, go read it. It's a short read. It's a good read. It has a lot of good principles in it. But my favorite one is the last one, which is do your best. And it basically is just saying, if you do your best at everything that you do, you can't be mad at yourself. You can't be down on yourself because you've done your best. And that's something that I have to remind myself of all the time, because, as I say a lot, I'm hard on myself. But I have to sit back and be like, okay, am I doing my best in this area? If I'm not, step your game up, sister. Come on. But if I am, you're doing your best. There's nothing else you can do. So just let it be and leave it alone. And that's when you should always be giving it to God, even before you extended all of your options. But especially when you get to that point where it's like, what I'm doing is not working. I don't know what to do. And now I'm just sad because my efforts have not changed the situation around. Don't go and like retreat and be sad. Like, nothing's wrong with being sad, of course. But like, don't beat yourself down and just wallow in the fact that your circumstances are not the way that you want them to be. Now it's like, okay, it's not going the way that I want it to be. That really, 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 really makes me upset. And I'm sad that it's not the way that I want it to be. But now let me give it to God, the only person who can really do something with it. I've done my best. I've came up with all of the things. I've tried all that. I've extended all the options. It's not working. Give it to God. And I think that's so hard, especially when you're waiting for something. It's so hard because it's like, okay, like I'm doing my best and I prayed about it and I told God he can have it and I'm taking my hand off of it. But also the date is coming up soon. Like this bill is due now. Like, come on. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need a job today. Come on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I get that because there's a lot of things that we are worried about and you know, the whole thing that God's thoughts is not our thoughts and his ways are not our ways. So it's like, you know, the way that we perceive time is different. Like we see time the way it is, you know, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, the bills are due on the 1st. Okay. He don't see time that way. He sees it completely different. So while we're getting frantic and we're on the edge and we don't know how it's going to work, he like, be cool, relax. I got it. But that's you can only feel confident in the fact that he's got it if you've given it to him. If you're still trying to put your hand up in it and find a way to make it work within your strength, you're going to be frustrated every time. And that's what I feel like Tim Ross was saying. Like, oh, I think I can do it this way. God is crossing that off the list. He's not even looking at that. He's like, I got it. I'm going to take care of it. If you would just leave it be and just trust me and have a little bit more faith, I'm going to pull through. It's going to be fine. And even if, that's the point. Even if his pull through doesn't look like what you wanted it to look like. So like if you had your eye on a certain job and he was like, and he gave you another job opportunity that was not in the field that you were looking for. You would be like, okay, so that wasn't what I was looking for. Like I was trying to get this job doing this thing. And he's like, yeah, no, like I hear you. And that's like, I love that. But I said this. And because his ways are not like ours and his thoughts are not like ours, we're seeing things like this and we're like, okay, this is what we're trying to do. We got the mission. We're going this way. And he's like, no, but I want to go this way. And that's the way I want to get you to where you need to be. And we have to have enough trust in him to trust in him and to let him do what he's going to do. And that's why I don't remember what episode I said this in a long time ago, but like about how important it is to have a track record. And I think I was talking about having a track record of our good deeds, but also of God's good deeds and like the things that he has done for you so you can look back when times get tough and you feel like you're in between a rock and a hard place, whether that's due to your own bad decisions or decisions of others or just life circumstances in general. When you feel like that, take a second and be like, okay, I can fully give this to God knowing that he has done so many things. And that's what it is for me when I feel like I'm starting to freak out, starting to feel like the walls are closing in. I'm like, okay, but 2 weeks ago when I needed XYZ, he pulled up. And he pulled up in a way that I didn't expect, but it was taken care of. And there's so many instances where I can look back and say that about God. If you really sit there and think about your life, there's a lot of times you're like, that was a God thing that was happening there. He came through for me. And so I think that when we are coming back to our point of letting go and letting God, it's a more of a thing that you have to be continuously committed to. It's not just like, Jesus, I just, I'm trusting you with my finances, Lord, and I just know that you're going to clear it up. And, I just know you're going to help me get back on track. And I just give it to you, God. And that's fine. Saying that prayer is awesome. But it's about what you do after that prayer. That is what's important. So I've said the prayer and I've said, God, I need help in this area. It's stressing me out. I would love it if you could just take this off my hands. I don't want to deal with it. You got it. What I'm doing obviously isn't working. So maybe you have a better idea. I'm tired of trying to figure it out on my own. So that's awesome. God heard me. Great. He loves me. Gave it to him. I let it go. In my mind, I let it go. But then I start to worry. I start to overthink. My mind starts going a different kind of way. Maybe I am triggered by something, or if it's a deadline thing, the deadline's getting close, or whatever thing you want to fill in the blank there. And then I pick it back up again. And that's why I said that this is a continuous letting go. It's not just a one prayer or a one talk with him type vibe. It's a continuous thing. And so what I noticed is when I catch myself worrying and stressing and trying to make a way on my own, I picked it back up again. And then I have to remind myself like, okay, you said that you're doing your best. You said that you want God to handle it. So get your hand off of it. You can't have it both ways. get your hand off of it and let him do what he's going to do. And he's going to show up in a way that you would never expect. And you know that because you've seen him do it. So it's not like this is your first time. And if it is your first time, I'm telling you from my own experience, he will do it for you. Okay. You ain't got to believe me. He'll do it. He going to show you either way. But for myself, I'm like, okay, I've seen him pull up. He's done it so many times. I know that to be true of him. So it's just like, okay, I feel that I have picked this back up again after giving it to you. Hey, I'm going to set it back down. I'm going to give it back. And don't be upset with yourself for picking it back up. It is what it is. You're a human. It's fine. You're not supposed to always get it right. So you pick that thing up. You remind yourself, okay, wait a minute. I don't want it. I don't want that stress. I don't want to have to figure out how it's going to get figured out. I don't want to have to do it. Here you go, God. You got it. And I do that continuously. And eventually it gets to the point where like, okay, I've really let it go completely. And that is like a really free space. I don't get there very often. I'll keep it buck with you. I don't get there very often, but that is such a free and freeing space where like you really give it to God completely and you're not continuously picking it up and you see how he shows up. It's weird. And it's giving like the whole like Delulu. It's giving Delulu. It's giving Delulu because the times where I have gotten to that point where I've been like, if God don't do it, it won't get done. Like when I've gotten to that point, he'd be showing up in the craziest way. And when he shows up, it's like, oh, that's 100% God. Like there's no way that this should have worked out like this. And those moments is what, that's what I said back to the track record thing. Those are the moments that fuel me to when the next obstacle comes up, not to break down. Because if I did not have that mindset, I think I would not be in the best mental space. Like I always have my moments, just like I'm sure we all do. I definitely have my moments. Y'all saw my other video. I had my Y'all Alright video. I was crying. It was a rough time. Okay. It was a rough time. So I have my moments too. But if it was not for the relationship that I have built with God, to where we can have our conversations like this and I can be like, God, I need you to come home and step up. I'm trying to let you have it. Can you please? Like, the relationship that we have has allowed me to handle. Okay, I got it. This is something that I heard in my at church on Sundays that really like touched my heart. But the relationship that I have with God has allowed me to handle situations in a way that I can suffer well. And I don't mean suffering. I'm not saying that God wants you to suffer. I'm not saying that. So don't take me the wrong way. I'm saying when you're in a period of time or when there's a obstacle or a season, whatever you want to put there, that isn't what you want, that you don't just crumble and not want to do anything and very sad and you can't show up in the way that you want to. You don't have any joy about you. You don't have any peace. Your mind is blocked. Like I've had those moments. I've been there. And I still have those moments now, but I feel that at this current point, I'm able to at least quickly bounce back. So if I get to that point where I feel like, oh my God, I want to roll up in a big old ball and die. And then I'm like, okay, wait, I don't really want to die. Everything's okay. I just got overwhelmed. Something didn't go well. I can sit in the feelings that things didn't go well and I can feel that. Like I'm not saying to rush through that, but I can also know like it's going to be fine and God's got me and I got me and it's going to be okay. And so I think that's why everything, like I think I talked about this in a previous episode too, but like that's why a lot of things for me come back to my relationship with God and the way that I handle things and the way that I try to process things. I'm not perfect. I don't get it right all the time, but I try to do things a certain way to where I can protect my mind, protect my peace, and also allow God to do his thing because he has done his thing for me and he has done his thing in my family and my friends and a lot of different areas in my life so many times that I cannot like deny his power and the things that he has done. And so this is just a quick little message to just tell you that if there's something that you're holding on to in your life, there's something that is stressing you out and that's weighing you down and you don't know what to do and you feel like you've exhausted all your options, that's okay. You're all right and you're not alone in that. I've been there. But this might be your message and your warning to take a second, sit down and talk to him and say, God, you got it. I don't know what else to do. I have done what I can, but I don't know what else to do. You've got it. And try your best to continuously let that thing go. And for me, it's so funny. I noticed that for me, when I pick that thing up, whatever that thing is, when I remember that I'm doing that, I literally do this with my hands. Like, I don't know if that would be helpful for you. Okay. But for me, I literally, when the thought comes into my head and I'm starting to worry and negativity whirlpool is about to suck me down, I literally just go like this. He'll be like, you got it. You got it. I don't even have to get into a full, deep, intimate moment with the Lord. I don't even got to do all that. You got it. It's back. You can have it again. My bad for picking it up. Didn't even mean to do that. That's my bad. That was an accident. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, this is your message to take a second, look over the things that are weighing you down. Like, you don't need to carry that weight. You don't have to. You don't got to. Look and see what those things are. And if there's something that you feel like that you don't know what to do with, God knows what to do with it. So give him an opportunity. Give him a chance at least. Give him a chance, a real chance to show up for you. And it may not be in the way that you want him to, but it's going to be in a way that is beneficial for you because everything that he does is for your what? Good. Okay? So that's just it. That's just all. Let it go and let God do what he needs to do with your situations. Okay? And that's it. Look at me. This was good. 36 minutes. This is crazy. I'm hungry. I'm about to go make a pizza. It's going to be great. Okay, it's a little Italian flatbread. It's got my little red pesto sauce. If y'all don't know what? I'm not taking it out. Stutters all throughout the video. Whatever. If y'all don't do nothing I ever say, outside of letting go and letting God, okay, that's most important. Go get the red pesto sauce. They sell it at Aldi's and they sell it at Trader Joe's. Red pesto sauce. Delicious. I use it on my pizza. I make my little flatbreads at home. Fantastic. I love it. Okay, so today's flatbread is going to be like the red pesto sauce, some spinach, some cheese, and I made some Italian chicken, like Italian seasoned chicken the other day. Nothing fancy, but I made that, and so I cut it up, chopped it up, put it on that flatbread. It was so good the other day. Oh my gosh! So I can't wait to eat it. And so I put off eating, amen, to sit here and talk to y'all. Because that's how I feel about y'all. I love y'all for real. And also, shout out to our Canadian listeners. Okay, y'all pulled up on these past couple episodes. Shout out to you guys. Okay, we love you. I love you. And I'm happy to see you. Okay, amen. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. I would love to hear about y'all's experiences, okay, with letting go and letting God. I would love to just talk to you guys. Please comment on the YouTube. Okay, do the YouTube comments. Let me respond back to you. I will respond. Let me think what else. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, you want to talk deeper about this, you can hit me up in the DMs on social media. It will be all linked below. Or you can email me at the honestly truly podcast@gmail.com and I will respond to you. Okay, I try to check that email pretty often. What else is there? I think that's it. I'm going to go eat now. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful rest of your week. Love you guys. Bye.